Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Sports Scene by NGTV. So we're going to be looking at the preview to the weekend, but I think first we'll speak about the Champions League draw that's just happened. That's just happened probably around an hour ago or something.
Yeah.
So the full draw was City was the first name out of the hat. They got paired against Dortmund. I don't know what the restrictions will be like for Dortmund game. Whether they will be at home or it will be at home but at neutral venue. So I'm not too clear on that, to be honest, because then if City get past Dortmund, they could potentially play Bayern Munich, which means that they don't have a home leg.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll all get cleared up anyway. So City and Dortmund, Bayern Munich, PSG. They're both on Man City side of the draw as well.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the draw, you've got Porto against Chelsea, and then Real Madrid got drawn against Liverpool. I think Chelsea and Liverpool will be very happy being on that side of the draw.
I'd have to imagine so. Like we spoke a little bit before we started, I would say they've got the favourable draw. They've got the two easier teams out of the four, or out of who they could have got, I suppose.
Yeah, I was saying to you as well. I was hoping we would get either Chelsea or Porto.
Yeah.
I feel as if they were the two weaker teams, and they got drawn together.
Yeah.
So, looking at that side of the draw, you never know what type of Real Madrid will turn up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're just so inconsistent. I mean, so are Liverpool, but yeah, it could be a really easy match, or it could be a really hard match. It's like a wild one that you just don't know, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at the teams, I think the draw of the round is probably Bayern Munich against Paris Saint-Germain. That should be it's a repeat of last year's final. Obviously, this time it's going to be over 2 legs.
Yeah.
Which could be interesting. I think Bayern Munich looked like they were a bit inconsistent. Even though they're probably still stringing wins, they are conceding quite a lot. They're not scoring as much as it was last year. And so are PSG. I don't even think they're top of the.
No, I think Lille
they're
are
on
top
the
of that league, I think.
Yeah, and there's like 30 games. They're usually about 20 points clear by now. So they're definitely not firing all cylinders either. But I think the City Dortmund game could potentially be a cracker as well.
Yeah.
Not really looking forward to taking on Holland either, to be honest.
No, but it could be a bit of a try before you buy situation. If you are going to get him in the break, then see how he terrorises you now, and then that could be happening for you next season. So that could be decent. I think it's a bit of a sleeper, that game. I can actually see that being a really good game.
Yeah, I can as well. I think the only issue with Dortmund is they're not very good defensively, but I think they're very good offensively.
Yeah.
So hopefully we just keep hold of the ball for as long as possible. Really.
Can't score, can't get the ball.
No, so that's it. So it'd be interesting to come up against a former player in Jadon Sancho as well. They'll probably think he's got a point to prove.
Yeah, definitely.
So that'll be interesting as well. But yeah, I think it'll be a decent time. I'm looking forward to it.
I agree. And when we were talking the other day about like the potential of Man City getting a quadruple, I literally said to you, I feel like to give you the best chance, Bayern and PSG need to face each other, and one of them get knocked out, basically. Because if you look at who should probably win each of those ties, Chelsea should go through against Porto. I fancy chances against them. Liverpool, Real, it doesn't matter. I fancy chances against either of them. It's Bayern and PSG that can cause you the problems. Mm-hmm. So one of them being out is like massive. Obviously, you got to get past Dortmund first, and you don't look past Dortmund. But I feel like that is a massive boost to a potential quadruple, basically.
Yeah, I've got to admit, when I was watching the draw and then I seen Bayern Munich get drawn and then PSG, I was like, like
That'll do.
like
One of
thank
them's
you,
going.
like
Yeah.
So one of them's definitely going out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. You'd probably say if obviously if you have to stick your neck out, say who's going to win the Champions League, you'd probably on the City Bayern Munich side of the draw rather than the other side of the draw.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, you can never count out Real Madrid because look how many times they've won the Champions League. I think it's about 11, 12 times.
That is
so
true.
They seem to find a way out how to do stuff. So
it's the Champions League. I don't feel like you could rule any of them out. Because it could happen. It's these two legs in the next one, and then the final. You only got to win 5 games. It's not as simple as right. We'll just got to win 5 games, but it's definitely doable for any of these teams.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even the fact you've got to win 5 games. Sometimes you just got to win 3.
Well, yeah, exactly. You just have to not lose by more than what you win by, I suppose.
Which I always laugh with the Champions League and the European, because you can literally win, lose all the way to the final.
Yeah.
It's mad. But yeah, that to say that draw happened around an hour ago, so probably best to start off with that. But can't wait for that, to be honest. I think moving on to the weekend's action, keeping on with football. FA Cup
with the potential quadruple as well.
Yeah, FA Cup. City travel to Goodison Park to take on Everton, and Manchester United travel to King Power to take on Leicester. I think that is 2 good ties as well.
Yeah, I expect both of those games to be good. I think we're in for a decent weekend football-wise, to be honest, with the FA Cup, and then there's a couple of Premier League matches sprinkled around them as well, if I remember right. But yeah, I think obviously for United, this could be big, because this is we're not going to win the league now, and we're still in the Europa League, so there's still a potential for a double for United, which would considering the last few seasons, that would be a successful season, quite more so than any season we've had in the last 5 or whatever. So I think they're gonna go at it hard on the weekend. I think that game's on Sunday, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think we play Saturday, you play Sunday.
Yeah, I believe so.
Would you probably expect us both to go through?
Yeah, Everton seem to be falling off a little bit at the moment. But then again, we've had earlier stages in the season where we thought they were falling off, and then they string 3 or 4 really good games together. I expect it to be a good game, but I would expect City to win.
I think I've seen somewhere to say that Pickford's out.
Yeah, Pickford's out for a while, because he's going to miss all the England qualification games as well. Yeah.
I think that's the only major issue. I'd expect City to rotate the squad, 6 or 7 changes like they normally do. Keep everyone fresh.
True.
But I think United will go through. I think it will be a very, very close game. So I think Leicester are in some good form as well.
They've just hit a decent patch of form. It's a really bad time to play them, really. But I mean, we're not playing terrible ourselves, but we're not. For me, we're not winning convincingly. It's 2-1-0s now, coming after those 3 draws in a row. So they're not yet to convince me that something's going to happen. Plus, I know Rashford limped off yesterday, so that's another worry. Is he going to be fit? But then again, I suppose if he doesn't play, you just play Martial and Greenwood or something like that. But it is a bit of a worry.
Yeah. So I think. Yeah, I do think United will go through. I think it's going to be a really tough game. It's going to be really.
Yeah.
I think Leicester will obviously try and play on the counter attack with Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
But I think the only positive thing that if you were a Man United fan now is you don't seem to be conceding goals now.
This is true. As
keeping
much
a lot
of
clean sheets.
Yeah. I think Dean Henderson's kept 4 or 5 clean sheets in a row or something. Oh, well, other than in the league maybe, because AC Milan was 1-1, but
yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they use that goalkeeping situation.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm curious whether De Gea will come back in or whether he'll leave Henderson in on on his current form, I suppose.
I think if we see De Gea in goal in the FA Cup, we'll see Henderson in goal for the Premier League, and
Yeah,
vice versa.
that is possible, I suppose. I didn't really think about that with the rotation for the FA Cup.
Yeah, I'd say that's usually how like the big teams.
Yeah.
They usually use the backup keeper in like the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup, and stuff like that, or the Europa League.
Yeah, it's definitely like a squad exercise, isn't it? Getting more players on the pitch.
Yeah, so I think if we see De Gea coming in goal in the FA Cup, I don't think that means that Henderson's been dropped.
Yeah,
I think we could see De Gea playing and then Henderson come back in for like the next few like Premier League games and stuff like that. But it'd be interesting to see how he manages it.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I look forward to those games. To be honest, I think we could have some really good games. So let's hope it's not as boring as the United West Ham game. That's all I'm saying.
No. I think it'd be good with the FA Cup if we actually get a Manchester Derby final.
Yeah.
Usually, I think the last few times like City United have chew each other, it's always been in like the semi-final.
Yeah, it's always like that
it's been
one
like
step.
Yeah, like the last 2 years, it's been the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. We've had an FA Cup semi-final a few years ago now. We always just seem to draw each other in the semis. It'd be nice to
have that
get
final.
A derby final. That'd be nice. But so we both have to win yet. So
exactly. Right. I think that's all for football, I believe. Because the Europa League draws later on, isn't it? So we'll have to cover that on Monday. Okay, so I'll move on to the cricket. So the fifth and final T20 starts Saturday, ends Saturday as well, because it's a T20. Series currently tied at 2-2. India winning the last one by 8 runs. Close game. Good game, to be honest. I felt like we were on track to do it at one point and then just fell off when we lost. Like, we lost a big wicket and, like, maybe even 2. And there was 2 new batsmen at the crease just not scoring at the same rate. So we just fell a little short. But it was a good game. And I think this is the first one now where the team that have lost the toss has won. So exciting fifth one.
Yeah, I think we both said that we backed England to win 4-1.
Yeah, I didn't quite go that way.
No, but they have been tight games. I think there's been one game where England won convincingly.
I think the first 2, like England won convincingly, and then India won convincingly. So other than that, they've been close. So
it'd be. I would still expect England to win the 5th. I was trying to say the 5th test, then the 5th
T20.
And it's been now 5th T20.
Yeah.
I would. I've said it in previous podcasts. I would back England during that format over any other team. So
it's a shame we didn't get the series wrapped up, because I was listening to Stuart Broad on commentary the other day when it was the match that we won to make it 2-1, and he was saying if they were to win the 4th test, then they can try some new things out in the 5th one, because they already wrapped the series up. But now because it's 2-2 and there's a series on the line, they're going to play the same squad and they're not running an experiment. They're not going to throw like someone different in there. So it's a bit of a shame. But I suppose that they're prioritising winning the series rather than, because I suppose they have a general idea of the squad they want to take to the World Cup anyway.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the team they've been playing.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
So, but I'd definitely back England probably to wrap up the series. To be honest, I think it'll be really disappointing if we lose both the Test and T20.
I believe there's a 1-day series afterwards as well. I'm not sure when that starts, but I know there is like a 5 ODI or 7 ODI series after it. So still plenty of cricket to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't know what it is with England and ODI. I just don't seem as
interested. I think with the T20, it's a lot easier to digest, and it's done in like 4 hours. Whereas You know, the ODIs, you're starting at, like, I don't know, it usually starts about midday and then goes till like 6, 7 o'clock because it's a day-night. So I think it's just easier to digest. Like, I like the 50 over format, but I don't know if that's because, like, when I've played club cricket, it's been like 50 overs or 45 overs, so it's the closest thing that I know to what I've done, basically. But
I think India are a really good ODI side.
they're a solid ODI side. I mean, they're a solid T20 side as well. You know, the IPL's feeding some absolute monsters into that team, to be fair. And, you know, obviously Virat Kohli's probably the best batsman in the world, so, you know, they're no slouches either. There's some really good sides going into that T20 World Cup, you know, like them, us, Australia, not a bad side, the West Indies
on a bad senders.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely. Plus, you've got to remember with India as well, they're missing the like premier bowler in Bumrah, so you know when he comes back into the side as well, Jesus Christ, doesn't even birth
I don't want England to, obviously we've already lost the Test, but then I don't want to lose the T20 and then lose the ODI as well.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shitty.
You know, it's going to be shitty, but yeah, I think they'll win as well.
I think they'll win the T20s. As for the ODIs, I don't have a clue. Maybe see how the first one goes. It all depends who shows up, because like I know Jason Roy's struggling for some runs. I think he got a couple of runs in the match yesterday. I think it was yesterday. But yeah, it's just it'd be interesting to see who comes into the ODI side that like doesn't play T20, because I know there's specific players that, you know, like don't quite play, and there's obviously specific Test players, and then you have like ODI specialists and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see who comes in.
Yeah.
Right. Well, moving on to the UFC. So started off with a bit of news that we got, I believe, yesterday. Khabib confirmed by Dana White to be 100% retired. So we will not be seeing a comeback from Khabib, and Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira will fight for the belt. I'm not sure if you give a date for that or whether it was just confirmed.
But it slipped me, man. Do you know what?
Have a quick look. I'll have a quick chat about the fight night that's on Saturday. So we've got Derek Brunson fighting Kevin Holland. Both with pretty similar records. They've got 21 wins each, but Holland has only 5 losses, Brunson has 7 losses. Kevin Holland, I believe, last year got comeback of the year, or comeback year, you know, comeback fighter of the year, whatever you want to call it, because he had 5 victories in 2020, which, again, I'm almost certain is a tie for the most wins in a calendar year for a fighter, or in the UFC at least. I think it'll be a good fight. I think Holland will win by knockout, because Derek Brunson just seems to get knocked out. But then again, I also thought Derek Brunson would lose his last fight against Edmund Shabazian, and he absolutely battered him. So, you know.
I'd definitely go with Holland.
Yeah.
Holland to win. I just like him as well because he just chat shit throughout the fight.
I was watching a video of it on Instagram the other day where he's just chatting bollocks the whole fight.
Yeah.
I like the one
that was.
He calls the guy out for cheating and he's like, sorry.
Yeah, I've just looked at that. It's the Oliveira Chandler fight's May 15th. UFC 262.
Okay. So that's the next big card after next week's card.
Yes. It's on the same night as Tony Ferguson fights.
Ah, who's Tony Ferguson fighting?
Daniil Dariush.
Oh, Beneil Dariush, yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Dariush said he wants to retire Tony Ferguson. Or was that Bilal Muhammad? Someone wants to retire Tony Ferguson. I think everyone's kind of like, oh, Tony's done now because he lost his last 2 fights. So that'll be an interesting card.
It does look like the last 2 fights I've seen him at, he just doesn't look like the old Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
Whether that's, he is 37.
I mean, you've also got to look at who he fought though. He lost to potentially the best Justin Gaethje we've ever seen. Like, that fight was a masterpiece. And then he lost to Charles Oliveira, who's like not lost in like 7 years or something, and seems to be like, you know, beating anyone that you put in front of him. And you know, he lost that one on decision, which was a pretty dominant decision, but you know, at one point he had him in a pretty nasty armbar and didn't tap him. So
yeah,
you know, I think there's you know, fighting the old dog yet. I wouldn't rule him out yet.
So I mean, with the championship fight that's been made, do you think it would have been Poirier if there wasn't in talks for this trilogy with McGregor?
Yeah,
Do you think he would have been in that title fight?
I feel like he probably deserves to be in that title fight, but you know, obviously the UFC are banking on the new guy, Chandler, after such an impressive win in his first fight. You know, he's been saying for years that he's the best at that weight division. So now they're like, okay, we'll go and prove it, basically. Stylistically, it could be quite an interesting fight, because obviously Chandler, you know, as we've seen, hits hard. But, you know, Chandler can wrestle as well, so I don't know what his jiu-jitsu's like. You might get to test that one out against Oliveira. But Oliveira's added striking to his game as well, so I don't know. It could be a really good fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't help but think I think Poirier deserved the shot.
Yeah.
If there wasn't in talks with the trilogy thing, I think it would have been.
I think the fact that he had lost to Khabib in the past doesn't help him either, because like it's like the UFC going, well, you know, neither of these people ever fought Khabib, so they've not lost to the champion, so they deserve a shot at the championship, basically.
See, I can't help but feel if McGregor beat Poirier, they would have most definitely done McGregor Khabib.
I don't know. Maybe, but it's, you know, we don't know, like, because obviously Dana was like, oh, you know, he said if someone impresses him, but I mean, he could have just been saying that as if to like, I really, you know, I don't want to, but if something amazing happens, then I couldn't. But we don't know what it would have taken to actually, you know, drag him out of retirement. I feel like he would have only come out of retirement for like a GSP fight or something like that.
Yeah, I think we've said that on like previous.
Yeah.
Okay. To me, I just he knows he's better than everyone in that division.
Exactly.
Because he can just take him down at will and just
maul, yeah.
beat the shit out of him, really. So I think he will be tempted to go for 30. You know.
I don't know. I don't know if Dana tweeted it or him, but it was like 29-0, that's it or something. I think that was Dana though.
I feel as if it's that just one last super. I don't think he'll ever come back and go, oh, let me just win that lightweight championship again. But if it's just 30, you know, that one like proper super fight, I think he'd be tempted.
Yeah, I just don't feel like that. Like the number motivates him. Like the fact that he's got the O is what motivates him. Like he doesn't care if it's 29 or 30. He's not like us. He's not like, I really want to round that number up to a 30. He's just like, I beat 29 people and never lost. Like I don't give a fuck. Plus, he looks like he's getting fat now. So
he did look big when I've seen him coaching. What was it now?
Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, he looked.
He looked chunky.
He looked on the tubby side.
I did see a few memes that were like, Uncle Dana, stop inviting Khabib round for dinner, and he's just like showing him when he's fighting versus when he was in the ring. Yeah. He's like, he's a bit of a chunk now. Maybe he's going up to heavyweight.
Yeah, you never know.
Fight fucking.
You might want to take on John Jones.
Why not at this point? Fucking mental.
Just while we're on the UFC subject,
yeah,
I seen Adesanya done a podcast with Ariel Helwani.
Yeah,
he still believes he will fight John Jones at some point.
Yeah, he said you take your victory lap or something, and I'll see you in the future.
Yeah, he was basically going on, obviously, because of what John Jones put after when he lost. But he said he could have done that after the Santos and Reyes fight, which he should have lost. Basically said that shows the difference between both.
Well,
he still he still feels that he will get the John Jones fight.
Maybe he will one day. I mean, it's not like Adesanya's not a big enough star to like pull in a major card like that. It's obviously now whether John Jones is like, is that even worth my time? But then at the same time, if you're so confident that he can't beat you, would you not fight him and destroy him so you can be like, look, I put you in the dirt, like I literally destroyed you. Don't ever put my name in your mouth again.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I just feel as if like John Jones ain't ever gonna go back down to light heavyweight now.
No.
I think he's put too much muscle mass on, and it'd be very hard for him to cut down. So Adesanya's gonna have to go up to heavyweight if he wants to fight you.
Yeah. I mean, he was heavyweight in kickboxing. It's not like it couldn't happen.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I just feel that it'll be
too much.
I think the weight was. I think he admitted during that podcast the weight. Looking back at it, the weight was an issue going in there light, and obviously when Jan was taking down and lying on him and stuff like that.
I mean, and as we know, John Jones is a superior.
Then going up,
wrestler.
So John Jones, he's a natural light heavyweight. Going up to heavyweight, it's not going to be really much of a difference to him. I think that'll be much difference to Adesanya. I would have backed John Jones anyway at light heavyweight, but I'd back him even more at light heavyweight. But him jumping up from middleweight to heavyweight, I think that's got to be too much of a jump. And just looking how Jan took him down with ease, I think if you do that with Jones, he's going to just elbow the face off.
Yeah, you're not going to survive very long down there. I did also see that he said his next opponent is Darren Till if he gets a win, or the next person to get a title shot is Darren Till with a win. And I think not long till Darren Till fights now, I think. No,
it's
a couple of weeks.
I had to look at it yesterday as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a couple of weeks.
Something like that, yeah. Because there's
he's fighting Marvin
there's the
Vittori,
other two. Yeah, he's fighting Vittori, but there's another two there's another two middleweights that are fighting.
But isn't Gastelum stepped in for someone as well, hasn't he? The Robert Whittaker fight.
Oh yeah, my mind's gone blank. But it's Adesanya said he's not interested in the
other one.
In the other fight, he wants to fight Till, so he's hoping Till beats.
Yeah, I read the other day, and for the life of me, I can't remember now. But Gastelum has stepped in either for Robert Whittaker or whoever Robert Whittaker was going to fight. But I can't for the life. Yeah, I've done it again where my brain just won't work. But
yeah, Costa fights soon as well, doesn't he?
Yes, that might be who he stepped in for. You know,
who is it?
Yeah, that he might have stepped in for Paulo Costa. It might have been Paulo Costa versus Robert Whittaker.
Well, I'm gonna have a quick Google because it's doing me in.
We need to know these things.
I did have a look at it, and then I've come on this podcast now, and my mind has just come up completely blank. I'm just gonna look.
I'm all like now that you said Paulo Costa, I'm like almost certain that's the case.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So it's saying Paulo Costa hasn't fully recovered after COVID-19 infection.
Right, yeah.
Gastelum to replace Paulo Costa to fight Robert Whittaker on April 17th.
Yeah, I thought I'd read that, and I was just double questioning myself, but yeah, that's another good fight at middleweight, so there's a lot going on down at middleweight. He doesn't need to jump up right now.
Yeah, apparently Paulo Costa had COVID-19 and never stopped training.
That seems
so he was training. He was training with COVID-19, which has then led to a severe flu.
Fucking hell. Machine.
So, Yeah, so that might have been the other fight that I was thinking of,
Yeah,
which he said he wasn't really interested in.
yeah,
I think he really wants Darren Till to beat because he's already beat Vittori as well.
yeah.
So I think he wants Darren Till to obviously
He
beat
wants
him and then
a new fight, doesn't he?
yeah.
Right, fair
So
enough. Okay, so last thing I have on my list is the rugby. I believe Wales are already confirmed as the champions, possibly, but they play France. Italy plays Scotland, and England versus Ireland. Your thoughts?
it's two tricky games. Obviously, Italy are going to lose again.
As is Italy's way.
I literally think they've lost. They must have lost about 30 straight games
Probably.
in Six Nations. It's just pointless being there. To be honest, so Scotland will beat Italy.
Yeah, you
And
would imagine
the other two games are tough.
Yeah.
Ireland England will be close. I think that'll be a score on either side. But I'll always back England, so we'll go with an England victory. But
Okay.
I would not be surprised if Ireland win. And the other game will be tough as well, Wales France. I think that's in France as well.
Oh, I didn't actually check where that one was. I just wrote it down.
I'm going to throw a spanner in the works and say France are going to beat
They're going to
Wales.
spoil the Grand Slam party.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be tight again. Maybe a score or two.
Yeah.
France are really good at home. They'll be really good at the whole system. So.
Yeah. It's mathematically impossible for them to catch Wales now, though. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know enough.
Well,
about
they're like 9 points behind.
it. Yeah.
I'm not too sure what they're going to do with the
postponed game.
because the Scotland game got I don't know what they're going to do with that. Whether they play that like at a later date or
what's the most points you can get in a game? Just 3. There's no like bonus points or anything like that, or is there bonus points?
you get bonus points. Might be 4.
Yeah, right. So
It's
even
4.
even if they won 4-0 basically in this one, and then 4-0 the replayed game, if they're 9 points behind, there's no chance, is there?
No, I always my mind always because I watch both rugby league and rugby union. Sometimes I'll get them both switched around, but I'm sure it's 4 points.
Right. Okay. That's everything I've got. I don't know if you've got anything more.
No. Then again, I can speak. There was the England selection come out for the qualifiers. For me, there was a few shocks.
There's a few omissions I was quite shocked about. I was shocked at Trent not getting in.
I wasn't quite shocked with that, to be honest, because I think he's just been poor this season.
He's had some poor form, but he's definitely capable. I suppose you have to pick on form when you've got all those players, though. Oh, excuse me.
I've always not slagged Southgate off, but think that he's not good enough for the job. But I think he's shown a bit of balls then, just to not pick him and say, you need to start performing better.
Yeah.
To play for England. But then I feel as if he's contradicted himself by them picking Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, because what's Kieran Trippier done?
No, he's been suspended for
betting
ages for betting, and then picks him over Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
That one boggled. I looked at it and I was like, "What?
What?
What the fuck's going on here?"
Maybe he knows something we don't know. You never know.
I don't know, but I felt that was just a mind boggler. I like the selection of Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, he's been.
I think he's very good, and he gives us another option because he's completely different to Kane.
Yeah.
He's quick, plays off the last man, while Kane will probably come deep and look for the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it Jude Bellingham, the one that's at Dortmund? Was he forced to pull out of the squad or something? I saw that there's something to do with that.
I heard something before the announcement to say that he wasn't allowed to be picked or something, but then he was still picked. So I don't know.
I don't know what's
I don't know what's going on because I'm sure he was picked for the like the under-21s or something. And
Yeah,
then
the under-21 squad looks really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But yeah, I was surprised Wan-Bissaka didn't get picked.
Yeah.
Happy for Watkins. Obviously Phil Foden got a call up.
Yeah, to the way he's played like this season and last season.
Same with John Stones. John Stones has been recalled to the England squad, which was probably. But I'm just wondering now. I was trying to work out what formation like England are going to play. If he's still going to be consistent with this five at the back with obviously your two wing backs.
Yeah.
If he's going to do that, then for me, I think Trent's probably best playing
as a wing back, definitely.
Right back, like bombing up and down the pitch.
You got a Luke Shaw on the left.
Yeah, definitely. I think you'd have Shaw on the left, Trent on the right. For me, I would have Walker's been used as a centre back before for England.
Yeah.
I would have Walker on the right side, Maguire in the middle, and then Stones on the left side of it.
Yeah, that's probably. I think that's almost exactly how I'd go, if not exactly how I'd go.
Yeah. I think you've got that bit of pace next to Maguire with Walker.
Yeah, which is what he usually needs.
and he can play from the back anyway. Obviously, playing for City, he needs to do that. John Stones can do that. Maguire can do that as well. So I think that would probably be our best back five. I think the issue with England so far is the midfield.
Yeah, because how do you do it? Do you do like a 5-2-3 or a 5-3-2?
Because I think we've got really gifted midfielders, young midfielders.
Yeah.
That can play with the ball.
But he'll probably play Eric Dyer.
Yeah, he'll probably go and pick like Harry Winks or something.
Yeah, I never understand picks like that. I don't know how I'd set up though, to be honest. Like, because if you're gonna go with like the two wingers and a striker, so if you go in 5-2-3, then who are your two holding / creative players? Phil Foden, someone else in there.
You've got loads of. You've got the midfielders that, off the top of my head, are. Obviously, you've got like your Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Like your Jordan Henderson, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, James Maddison.
Yeah, there's some options there, isn't there?
You know, they've got a lot of options, and they're just the ones off the top of my head. I've probably forgot some obvious ones.
A few out, like,
so England have got a good problem in midfield. For me, I'm going to throw a curveball out there now.
Oh, okay.
Phil Foden has played a lot of games for Man City, either on the left or right.
Right.
Maybe I would start Foden on the left, and not play either Sterling or Rashford.
Yeah.
On the left, and make sure you play maybe Grealish in the middle on like the number 10,
like
and then play Foden.
On the other side.
Yeah, and then play Sancho. That's one, and then obviously Harry Kane will be up front.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a really good. Be a good front four. And then you've got like your options then with Sterling and Rashford to come off the bench.
I'd probably have like Mount and Grealish in midfield then, if that's how it's set up. I think that's what I'd go for.
You can literally you've got loads of options to go with.
Yeah.
I don't think Southgate will go with Phil Foden like left wing or.
No, I don't think he will either. But we never know.
I think he'll most probably go with Rashford. I think.
Yeah. It's hard wing. Not to, isn't it? You're going for like the established over, but again, if you're not going to pick people like Trent on form, then you need to play people that are in form, like Phil Foden.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I suppose it's probably a nice problem to have.
But yeah, it's the old. It's a headache, but it's a nice headache.
Yeah. But knowing Southgate, he'll probably play every day and Harry Winks as holding midfielders or something. So.
Not even watching if he does that, I swear to God. I'll just turn it off. There's the starting lineup.
Literally, I wouldn't even be surprised.
No.
And he'll probably play like Tyrone Mings at centre half and stuff. But
today, lads, we're going to play Tyrone Mings in net.
Yeah.
We're going to have in net.
The goalkeeping situations are tough as well.
Yeah. I don't know who I'd give it to.
I think your three keepers that you probably going to be choosing from is Pickford, Pope, and Henderson.
I mean, I would say on form at the moment, you'd probably pick Henderson, but you know, like Pickford is injured for the qualifiers, so we're not really going to get a good measure of how he can do. So I don't feel like he can start him. I also think he's possibly the worst out of the three.
Oh well, I think he's definitely the worst out.
Yeah.
The worst out of the three. I really like Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope's a really good goalkeeper.
Same. He's not had the greatest season this season, but still not a bad season.
Yeah. I think if you stick him in a better team, you'd see better of him.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think what doesn't help him either, because the way Burnley play, because England like to play from the back, and they want the keeper to pass out from the back.
Yeah.
Also, he's playing for Burnley. That ain't going to happen.
No.
He's going to be asked to fucking lever that ball 80 yards down the pitch, which probably doesn't help him. So, it depends. It depends if Henderson keeps his place in the United team now.
Yeah.
I think if he does and he carries on his form, then he has to start for me.
I would say so, yeah.
But I think there's going to be a real problem if he doesn't keep his place.
Yeah, because it's hard to pick him then, isn't it?
Yeah, and then obviously, if he wants his keeper to play out from the back, I don't think he's going to pick Nick Pope, and then we're going to be stuck with Pickford again.
Yeah. Great.
So.
Just what we wanted.
Yeah, so. But for me, if you're going to go on current form now, and if Henderson keeps his place, I would go with Henderson.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree, to be honest. I think we have a very similar ideal 11, to be honest.
Yeah, but again, Southgate probably has different ideas, so it'd be interesting to see how he lines up in the qualifiers, and then obviously we'll wait for him to pick his team for the Euros as well.
Yeah. Right, I think that covers everything that we had, unless you've got anything else.
I don't think so. No, I think that's everything covered.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll do another watch along at one point.
Yeah, we'll probably do one of the weekend games. Not sure which one. Maybe City this time. We've done 2 Uniteds. We'll have a City this time, maybe. As long as we're both free and whatever.
I'll have to. I said, well, I'll check and see what do. I'm not too sure.
Yep.
But as I say, we've got some games to choose from there. Obviously, we do our usual thing on Twitch as well, which we'll probably put in the bio.
Yeah, it's always in the description below, as is our Twitter. So, as we tell you every time, make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, turn the little bell on to be notified when we post a video. You can now subscribe over at Twitch as well if you want to. If you've got a Prime Gaming account, you can subscribe for free. I think that covers everything.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.